yeah, not getting nothing on that screen. This has been, without a doubt, the biggest nightmare.
Alright guys, welcome to GizzyFix. Thank you very much for joining us today. Game Gear, IPS screen, completely broke me. Basically installed it, didn't insulate what I needed to, completely fried the driver board, ended up giving up on the channel for about 6 months. I think it was a combination of a particularly difficult time at work. I had probably burnt myself out a little bit starting the channel, but that's part of the process, part of learning and growing. Focus on just making a better video, and then if those 1 or 2 people do see it, they're actually going to have a better time. So I think that's more important. But if you are still listening, this is essentially the mod that killed my channel for 6 months. But I think this is probably one of the most important stories I could tell on my video, because this is the one that kind of broke me. But yeah, all I had done is just not insulated things that I needed to. So here we are, guys. There's nothing really more to say. Let's see what pushed me right to the edge. It's just a Game Gear screen. Why did it even do that? I don't know. It's weird. Right then, let's get cracking. So here's my Sega Game Gear. Here's the driver board, the little ribbon cable, other cables, adhesive, the IPS screen, and I thought I might as well bang in the USB-C power adapter as well. Oh yeah, and the lens. Don't forget the lens. So in all honesty, I haven't actually touched this Game Gear since I tried my hand at modding many years ago, and here she is, my actual Game Gear. Castle of Illusion is going to be my test game of choice, and this is generally the first time I actually try powering this up, and it just dies. Every time I try and power it up, it dies. Right, so nice and quickly, we're going to get this Game Gear stripped down. I don't know why this mod means so much to me. I think it was because I hold the Game Gear in such a special place in my heart. Now, upon inspection, the first thing I'm noticing is the dire state of all the capacitors. I actually tried recapping this many years ago to no avail because I was rubbish. Well, still am a little bit, to be honest. And if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm actually checking it under a digital microscope, but as luck would have it, I lost all the footage, so yay. But first I need to remove the main board from the actual housing so I can actually work on this thing. And every now and then, if you film enough, you get little happy accidents, and for some reason, the sight of my eyes as I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this Game Gear, it tickles me, so I thought I'd leave that in. It does make me laugh. Yeah, because all the footage of my digital microscope got corrupted, I thought I'd just take pictures instead. But you can see the state of the board. It needs a clean, it needs a proper recap. Let's get to it. So these screens are actually soldered down with this little ribbon cable. It's not really a ribbon cable, but close enough. I need to hot air this off. That's the only realistic way I can get it off. But first I need to remove this sort of backlight reflector. This is basically just to give me room so I can work effectively. Now, probably the easiest part of this mod that I'm doing is taking out the old power board and putting the new USB-C one in. It's literally 1-for-1 swap. If only doing the IPS screen was that easy. But yeah, it looks nice and it's USB-C powered, so nice and easy, really. Now, I don't know why, but maybe the power board, some of the capacitors were failing because now it's actually staying on. The only thing here I've changed is cleaned some things up a bit and the power board, so maybe that leads me to believe that maybe a capacitor or something, some component was actually faulty on that power board. So that's a step in the right direction at least. And I think the first thing to do is give everything a nice clean so I can at least see what I'm working with. Now that's all sorted, it's time to get this baby recapped. I bought a nice capacitor set, so jobs are good. And the best way to get this off was hot air. You're just trying to use the lowest heat possible and then just try and gently ease it off. I didn't, because this is one of the earliest things that I did. So I did actually bodge it completely off and it became unusable. I'm sure someone skilled would be able to use it, but I'm still learning. So I should come clean here that I lost the rest of my footage. All the footage of me installing the IPS screen and the recapping is all gone and lost to the sands of time. So I was a bit upset about that, considering it happened on my digital microscope as well, but spoiler, it didn't work. I think as I was putting it back into the case, I didn't insulate the back of the screen like a complete moron, and I shorted out. Now, I don't know if I damaged the driver board or whether I damaged the screen. I was happy that I wired all the points that I needed to. I was fairly meticulous about that, but just a complete idiot with the screen. I don't know what I was thinking, and then I insulated it after. So that's a mad logic. Let's see if we can't get it working.
So this is the Game Gear that I actually screwed up. I damaged something. I'm not too sure what it was, but I think I shorted something out when I was trying to squeeze it in because it is tight. I did this after I shorted out, which is a mad logic. I could have blown something when I was doing some power draw testing. So essentially I knackered one kit, but I've got a new one. This is going to be my last try. 9, that says. Yeah, I'm in the wrong place there. Whew. I don't know how I got that wrong, but that was lucky I Saw that because I could have been wiring that completely incorrectly. So for those who don't know, I need to solder these pins, and they're all basically lined up, and then they get the ground, the VCC, and something else from it as well, which is GGSMS. I'll find out what it is. And that is close enough. Right there. So you can see that every pin has to go somewhere particular. Now, I'm not going to count my way across. If I count to pin 9 and it's the right one on that connector, then I'm pretty happy all the others look fairly well lined up. My little magnifying glass. I had one around here somewhere. Well, that's got walkies. 9. No, I'm in the wrong place. 9's there. That's why we check, and we check again. Do you know what, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go with that. One more check. It's a moment of truth. I really, really don't want to mess this up. I don't know what it is, but this one I really want to do. So far, so good. Right, I'm happy that they are lined up and in the correct place. I don't know how robust they are, so I really don't want to push it. I haven't cleaned the flux off yet, but I wanted a quick test. Good there. We're good on 9. And we're good all the way across the board. So yeah, everything here I believe is fine from what I can check. So we know that that's in and working. That's getting funny. That's my shirt reflecting in that green. Well, all the points are in. I believe they're in the right place. Yeah, so you can see green on there, but that is actually my shirt. What there could be is that. No, it's not shorted, but you see that 57 just jutting out ever so slightly. I don't think that's a short. Oh, it was nothing. I just wiped it away. Which actually is one of the trickiest bits to do because of how it's designed. Has to go in this way. Goes in flat, down like this. That's in, and then you have to feed it through. But there, you have to get it there, pretty much. It's got one very, very strong anchor point, that has now. I mean, as far as the connection goes, that was very responsive. Yeah, that's down. Pretty terrible job, okay? Like, I know that, right? I know those solder blobs, that's not great soldering by any stretch of the imagination. But I just wanted a good solid connection, and I've got it. And I'm not shorting onto anything, so that's the key part, really. We're getting close. I'll tell you, at least I didn't fry the Game Gear's motherboard. That's the thing, because they're not making Game Gears anymore, are they? You know, not the neatest job. Sorry for the dog barking. I've got the window open as well. Mickey Mouse, Castle of Illusion. I'll do it like this because my cable's just long enough. It's working. Yeah, that's working. Can't explain how sort of validating that is to know that I got it right and I brought it back, and could have written that off, and I did write it off for like 6 months, and she works, and there's no sound because I haven't plugged the speakers in. It's quite the sweetest tune ever. Look at that. It still works. Does this screen still work? Or was it the board that I fried? Not getting nothing at all. So was it the screen? It could have been the screen that I damaged. And I know I'm doing something really bad there. For the sake of time, I'm pulling on the cables. I know you should never do that. God, I think tunneling out of Alcatraz would be easier. God. The screen's turning on. Okay, has that screen now damaged something? It could have done. Plugging that screen in has then caused some kind of issue. Absolute notorious mod this is. A dodgy screen because it's going to the screen. It's not coming back. Shouldn't be getting any back feed on it. Oh my God. Right. Is it because I pushed my luck? Or by trying another screen? Was that too much to ask, was it? And now, the game's not booting. Oh my God. Don't do that to me. Please don't do that to me. I don't know if you can see that. My camera angle is rubbish because I'm having a nervous breakdown, I think. Alright, this video has probably been absolutely wank. Got it working. All I need to do now is put it back together and then, oh my God, never touching a Game Gear ever again for my entire life. Git.